Okay.
Anyway, we're about to TP Kane an unforced error to this werewolf, so just proceed.
We're about to traumatize our father.
Papa, where do I buy Valerian silver?
It's Austerian silver.
Yeah, that one.
To you.
And you hopefully can get it at the blacksmith in town. He might have some imported. And it's less buying and well, no, he probably also makes the weapons, but you could also potentially have yours dipped, like your arrows specifically.
I'm using a quarter.
But it will be more expensive, so I don't know if everyone will be able to get Austerian silver.
Let us know. Let me know when we're there. Then I'm going to try bartering with him.
Sure.
How do
You make your way through.
How do you silver a quarterstaff?
Just dip it in silver, hope it doesn't
Very
catch fire.
carefully.
Slowly.
There are, at least in other fantasy games I've played, there are quarterstaffs that have like metal fastened blunt ends.
Maybe metal rings.
This-
like you could end
picture
up
of
putting
this
metal
one has
rings
a
in the
metal ring
quarterstaff
on
that are
the
silvered.
end.
You can also put metal rivets in it, so it's more like mace heads.
Sure.
Thematically, it's a spatula, though, so I could just dip the spatula in.
Make your way through the streets of Novigrad, which I don't believe I did justice last time, because it is very crowded here. There are a lot of people in this shantytown, of all walks of life. We are talking, you see your typical humans, dwarves, halflings. You see multiple small mushroom men walking around with speckled heads or hats. Who knows? You see... Who knows? You see various, like, almost alien races also walking around, all with... You don't really know what technology is, but for the player, all with zero technology. There is no form of technology in this world. Nothing seemed to have worked after the end of time, and which was detriment to a lot of people. But so far, what remains of society has been able to work around that. But yeah, it's literally everywhere you look, it is a complete and utter. It is such a huge smattering of different species, all coming together to just attempt to survive in this harsh world. But you are able to make your way to the blacksmith with no issues at all. In the distance, you see a large, almost reptilian creature hammering away at an anvil. He's dressed in... He's got armor on, just in general. He has very reptile-like faces, almost... Wait a minute. I gotcha. He looks like... This is different. Different option. He looks like this without the axe.
He looks like he can swing a forged hammer.
He can. Anyone who has Mass Effect knows what that is. Or what
I like his codpiece.
It's a really great axe that he has.
It is a great axe, you're correct.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Dang.
Describe
Way to call
him
it
to
out,
me.
Frank.
I'm
Good
like
job.
I'm in the basement.
You
He's a
get an M&M.
Krogan.
He's a Krogan. You ever played Mass Effect?
I have played the shit out of Mass Effect.
He's a Krogan.
Then you wouldn't know.
With like medieval armor. As what would you like
Brother,
to
what
do?
kind of books are you reading that you know so much about lizards fucking?
What?
He keeps telling me those pamphlets he gets in the mail is for pottery, but
Father,
I know
is our
better.
brother is our brother touched by chance?
No. We're learning every day. He's not touched though. He just learns differently. And we're trying to help as much as we can.
Okay. I talk very slowly to Keegan. You wait here. We are going to trade with the blacksmith.
Okay, I'll come with you.
I feel like I'm talking to a cave wall.
Kind of just like
I told you he was a construct.
He doesn't listen very well. He understands.
I feel like understanding is a key part of listening.
It's selective listening and understanding.
Yeah.
It's the selective
It takes-
understanding that keeps fucking us.
I'm sure everything's gonna be up. He doesn't eat steel or silver.
Do we know that?
Well, yeah, it doesn't have animal parts with it. The only reason he liked books was because it has glue.
Who doesn't like glue?
Apparently.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah.
know if there's anything
Your
I've
mother
seen
would
him
kill
not
me for
willing.
agreeing with that, but exactly.
You like glue?
No, but yeah, as a kid, I think everyone kind of did.
No.
Oh,
I actually,
Very different upbringing.
the player, have never eaten glue.
neither have
I
I.
don't believe
The
I
player,
have either.
but
I haven't either.
He never said as a DM it was him.
apparently your father and one of your brothers.
I'm eating glue right now.
All right, by show of hands. Look at that. 5 for 6.
Hello,
All
my
are
good
honest
man.
on the screen.
Hello. What can I
Yeah.
do for you today?
We are looking to have some of our weapons imbued with silver. Do you have any, and whatever the kind is that you keep telling us that will not, for whatever reason, think into my
Austrian.
brain? It's definitely not
Austrian.
Austrian.
Silly silver.
Austrian silver? I'll take some of your finest Hungarian silver.
Osterian. Osterian.
Ostrich silver.
Ostrich.
Got it.
Boy, this is difficult.
Sure. Silver weapons are going to be about a gold apiece. Osterian's kind of hard to import, but I could do one for about 5 gold apiece.
I was wondering if you would be willing to barter services for services. I'm prepared to offer you any identify services that you may need, either today or for the next... Father, how long do you think we'll be in town?
I mean, the hope is to be leaving today if possible. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh, I can offer you identify services from today through tomorrow afternoon.
Well, I appreciate it, but I don't really dabble in magic items. I just craft. Basic. Simple.
Oh, come now, you've never traded for something where you're not quite sure of the result?
No, trust me, I take gold and that's it. I don't like messing with things that I don't know.
Is that?
Ah,
how many
but
gold
my good
is-
man, now you would know with my services.
How many gold is in an electrum, or is there a piece that's worth
I don't use
5
electrum.
gold in
Get
a
out of
single
here.
piece?
No.
No. Electrum
We
doesn't
don't.
exist.
I have enough money to just do my own, so I'm just gonna pay for my own.
You have the 5 to do the better one, or
Yeah.
what was it, 2 to do the lesser?
I'm gonna do the better one for myself.
Sure. Brixham's
Because
also going to do the better one.
I'm gonna hold up an arrow and point at an arrow. How much for arrows?
you know what?
I could do a stack of 20 for 5 gold.
But Brixham, before you pay for it, I'm gonna look at you, and I'm gonna be like, and I'll pay for his. And then I throw another little baggie, and then I look at you and I go, you owe me for this.
Thanks, brother. Whatever you need. Wait, Creasor,
Okay.
put your money
Okay.
away. I'll pay for Creasor's, and I look at him and go, now you owe me.
Oh no.
If you do 2 daggers, I usually take daggers as a pair. So I'd do 8 gold for Osterian on both.
How much money do you have, Frank?
I'm trying to find out right now.
I have 20 gold if you need some.
You want to be in debt?
Why are street urchins running around with so much money?
You're still level 1. Also, you, like,
That's why I'm trying to spend all my money here so I can be fucked for a long time.
I paid for Frank's.
What?
Frank, I started with 2 daggers, and I really don't see why I would need 2 daggers. Do you want to have 2 extra in case you want to throw some?
I mean, sure.
It's really true. Like, I don't think anybody with a wizard has ever used the daggers that come with the wizard.
No, it'd be kind of
There's
silly.
Stabs
rogues.
are so
I have the
shitty.
quarterstaff if I need a thing, so I'm just deleting 2 daggers out of my thing. You can have them.
Great. I'll add 2 more.
Wizards always
Now I
get
have
them.
4 daggers.
I also have 2 daggers you can have if you want them.
I now have 6 daggers.
The only one I know is Nib.
While they're asking questions, I'm gonna flip through the book I borrowed and see if there's any way to get if there's any information about werewolves controlling their powers.
Where
Sure,
do we
you
find
can do
Nib?
Do a literacy check.
And
Nib's off in an alley. He's probably in a house trying to chain himself up for the night.
how
Hasn't worked 6 times, but
is
at least
Nib
in
Did he
time.
have silver chains?
One time.
the werewolf or the guy that would
Yes.
put the hit out?
Yeah, he said yes when you said the werewolf.
The werewolf.
Okay. So who,
How much can you bench press?
that's a good question.
That's his exact response. He just laughs. He's
And then he picks up the anvil and moves it to the other end of the shop with his pinky toe.
One-handed.
no, he doesn't show off. He just does. He just laughs.
He's actually just low-key Escanor.
Could
It
you
is,
help us find Nib so that we could help him chain himself up and then nobody gets hurt?
Yeah. Do you know? Can you help
Look,
us find?
what's going to
him?
happen after this full moon once you leave?
We'll convince him to come with us and deal with
Boy,
that
that sounds
later.
dangerous.
You're just going to bring a werewolf with you to wherever you are.
How long does?
I'm just gonna get mad.
Well, Ripple, how long is it till the next full moon?
I give him probably the exact answer.
I would assume so.
30 days.
We got a month to figure that out. And if he comes with us and we befriend him, he won't turn because he's afraid of us or feeling endangered.
What if someone finds out? What if someone finds out? They attack him. He goes off.
Well, how's that any worse than if he goes off anywhere else?
I think he's trying to suggest that we end him. Sorry.
I mean,
I think
maybe.
we
we
trying
set
to
up
suggest we
a-
just end him.
I mean,
I don't
we
we-
think
set up like a
I'm not-
friends and Nib group where like y'all get together and have beers and chain them up one night?
we told you we were
One-
silvering these weapons just in case. That would be the just in case.
What if we put him in an old house, only accessible under an enchanted tree that will beat the shit out of anything that comes near it?
What if we
I
put him
know
on an
one.
island with 2 other things in a boat that someone else will have to carry 2 things across and make like 10 trips?
Hmm.
As he starts to hand out the weapons and go back to his next job, he says, I just want you to think about, would you be okay living like that? And he just walks off to go move you around in his shop.
I
Talks
like.
to or talk to another customer.
I kind of like cover the book up a little bit, and I'm like, maybe.
Did he just insinuate we should off a dude?
No, I think he just wanted us to consider the possibilities of what we're doing.
I think he kind of told us if we had to. It's more like euthanasia than murder, though. I definitely got that vibe. I got the
Mercy
feeling
comes in
we'd be
many
doing
ways.
the right thing.
Everyone does have their own opinions.
I got
think the best
opinion
thing we
that
can do
should
is
also
talk.
ask what he wants.
I don't know
We
if
talk
I'm
to
mature
him,
enough to
we could
process
talk to the
that
person
yet.
who put out the bounty to see
Some-
if we can learn a little more information, maybe.
Someone I trust just said that this might be the right thing to do. And he's an adult, so I can trust him.
We really need to work
Why do
on
you
your
think
trust
they could-
issues. You just met this man.
He's my best friend.
He's not.
He's so
Actually-
cool.
Actually, by sheer deduction, since he has no friends and this man was pleasant to him, it could very well be his best friend.
Nope.
I mostly know violence and Rugby ball.
What do you
or
mean you
whatever we've
mostly
called
know
this sport.
violence? We don't teach you violence.
It's a violent sport. We run into each other and
But
push
you
each other to
don't-
the ground.
That's like compared
Sometimes
to
pulling
murdering
on the
someone.
ball.
That's such a small
you-
amount of
You
any.
don't think I'm hard enough to
content.
do it?
That is one person's opinion. I feel like we don't have all of the information.
Father,
Maybe we
which
should
one
go
of us
talk to
makes you
people.
drink?
And don't
No
say ball. I mean bricks.
No one makes me drink.
You just choose to.
Especially not me.
I don't drink.
Wait. You don't drink or you don't choose to drink?
I just don't drink.
Making you drink, Papa?
No one makes me drink.
Have I found anything in this book yet about werewolves being able to control themselves?
You find. Do an investigation check.
Okay. One of these pages has it. 26.
So you
That's a crit.
you find somewhere in the book there is a scrawled handwritten note that if someone were to try to learn to, so there's two ways to deal with lycanthropy, because once the curse sets in, it is near impossible to get it taken away. You can either kill the elder werewolf, or as far as controlling, there is a scrawled in note of a sanctuary out in the west, one of the western red zones, unsafe zones, where the Belmonts teach werewolves how to control their
Is there a
lycanthropy.
map to there, or would...
There is. It's like a dotted map. It's very actually hard to read, but it's just enough information there to tell you where to go.
Could I begin transcribing that into something easier to follow, or at least easier to read?
Nah, he's just got to. No, you can. Yeah.
Well, I don't want to otherwise I'm
No.
going to hand him this book, and he has to try to figure out, like, here's some scribbled notes in the margin, have fun with the Belmonts!
That was made by the two of you working together. What?
The
What-
secret
what's the
was
next step?
friendship.
Helping each other out was the secret, yes. We've
So
been trying to
where-
teach you guys that.
Where on the map is that?
The map. The easiest way for me to do this is pull up the map in the picture that you had.
In Sigil?
So we're in Novigrad. How many squares
Huh?
away is that?
It's the fourth one to the left. It's directly west, and it's the red zone that's right there. Red equals danger.
Okay, so it's the top
So
red.
wait, it's 3 squares
No,
to
it's-
the left?
To the left. It's just to the west. Just go through to the west. Novigrad is also in the neutral zone. Currently
Right,
on the
it's-
map, you're showing Novigrad inside
Oh.
of the green, but it's
Yeah, it's right to the left of Exodar, right?
yeah, it's just outside. It's go one zone to the left, and it's just right there. Like you see how there's the two walls of the zones. Novigrad's on the left-hand side of that wall. Exeter's on the right-hand side of that wall.
What's his name? What's the guy's name who posted
Damn,
it?
that's helpful.
Because I also kind of feel like I got the vibe that maybe
I think his name is Shroot Sloop McStoopleshroot.
No, his
I-
name
is it
Will
Jim?
never be that.
Did he order the hit on himself?
his name is Durson Bottleheart.
Does he
Oh.
keep his heart in a bottle?
No,
No.
I think he drinks a lot.
Maybe. Who knows? He might.
Oh! Where did you learn things like that?
I drink a lot.
Oh, you don't.
Here.
Bob, did you know
You're an
about his
alcoholic
drinking habit?
baby with a murder fetish.
People.
I think we should all go to the tavern. If we don't find the dude within an hour, we need to be looking for a werewolf.
What if we convince the werewolf to go to the tavern?
That doesn't
That
seem
might
Are
like
you
a good
suggesting
idea.
we convince the werewolf to go to a crowded area before he's going to turn?
One that might be full of drunks and rowdy folk.
You know what? Yeah, they know who he is. That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
I forgot they
There-
know who
so-
he is. I was gonna say we could maybe
That's
be like, hey, look, we're gonna give him the thing to go to the Belmonts. Now don't take out another bounty on him again. He's gone now. Goodbye. But no, I get, yeah, that's probably a bad idea. He'll turn and it won't be a happy ending. It's never a happy ending.
It's not 100% true that it's never a happy ending, but
Statistically, it's probably not a happy ending.
definitely not if he turns in the middle of the tavern.
When did you study
That is not a
statistics?
happy ending.
Isn't that just a thing people say?
It's the only thing he's studied. He
Really?
knows a lot of knowledge about statistics.
No.
All 10
No.
of his intelligence points are just
I've just
at
heard
stat.
a lot of people say that, so I thought that was an acceptable thing to say.
It is an exceptional
It's
thing.
up to
Acceptable
you-
thing.
it-
you don't
it-
have to study statistics in order to.
It's
know
up
that
to you to
are-
disprove it to me. I don't have to prove it any further. I've laid
That's
out
not how
my argument.
evidence-based reasoning works.
You know what? I spoke to a demon a couple months ago. All logic went out the window at that point.
You spoke to a demon?
I don't like to talk about it.
When did you speak?
What was the demon's name?
It was hard to pronounce.
Why were you speaking to a demon?
I don't know where he got my number.
Was
Yep.
he a nice demon?
I don't know.
Do nice demons exist? I feel like implicitly that's a no, but I've never met one.
I've only met one.
Was he nice?
I'm uncertain.
Okay.
I didn't feel like I had a choice. But nothing bad has happened to me yet. Like,
I too have yet to learn that consequences are a thing.
Which direction's this tavern at?
Oh, we've already been there once.
Let's
It's one where the bounty board
Others
is.
been there twice. Oh no, he didn't go in the first time. He went by himself.
yeah, you're the only one who hasn't been here.
Also, Frank,
And
who I will learn his
Hi.
name at some point.
Oh, yeah, you were. Yeah. Yeah.
both of them. I do like the sticking as a group idea, though, personally, since last time we didn't, we almost lost someone.
So
Well, that's because he didn't stay with Group B.
I'm just saying the only thing I did learn at adventuring school is never split the party.
We went to adventuring school? I thought you said you were homeschooled.
No, I play
No.
on the sports ball team with a scholarship.
Yeah, I just
No one was
assumed
actually
that Mom
homeschooled.
was giving in and playing catch with you. when
No,
she should've
that's
been-
a real thing. That's how the ball got hurt. It's been written in lore, my friend. You had your nose in a book.
Never heard me screaming for you. Ripple, help!
You just kept turning the page. You could have stopped it with a levitate spell.
I don't feel like it was my obligation in this to not,
I would agree, but you could have.
but I wasn't there. I was
Oh.
in class.
I mean, he was screaming pretty loud. The windows were open, my guy.
It only hurt when they dropped me.
Were they good catches?
No.
Oh,
It was the first day. We were hazing the new guys.
So, the
This
tavern. You make your way into the Kingfisher Tavern. And it is a rather upbeat tavern. There's a lot of people there. You go forward. To your left is a bunch of seating. To your right is your traditional bar with 2 barbacks serving up drinks and ale like nobody's business. And in the back, straight forward for quite a ways, or for a little ways out, is a more private seating area around a fireplace.
what was the guy's name again? Bottleheart?
Durson Bottleheart.
What race does that sound like?
Dwarf.
That would
That-
be my guess too, but
Yeah. Is there any lore reason we
Every-
would think that differently?
Bottleheart could be halfling or. Sorry, the music is doing a thing where it's
Yeah, it
Trying
is.
to-
It's speeding up and slowing down.
okay. It could be either a halfling or it's some dwarfs, but it sounds almost more. Could it be halfling or dwarf?
Are there halflings or dwarves here?
There's a couple of each. Actually, no halflings, just dwarves.
I'm gonna go up and start introducing myself to dwarves.
I'm gonna follow him.
Sure.
Guess I'll follow as well.
You are more than welcome. Now, how do you introduce yourself?
Hello, my good man. I am a young wizard named Ripple, and I'm looking for a bounty poster.
There's a bounty board right over there.
Oh, sorry, my man. Not literally the poster, but the person who posted the bounty.
Who,
you know a man-
what's the name?
Do you know a man named
Durson.
Bottlehot? Durston Bottlehot?
Well, I don't know, but maybe something could jog my memory. Really, last time I remembered, I was a little bit more drunk.
I lean
Just
in.
a little bit.
And how much is a typical flagon?
It's like a silver.
I put down 2 silver on the table and I push it towards him. And that jog your memory?
Yeah, he's that drunk out there at the end of the bar. He takes the 2 silver.
I had food in my mouth, or I would have advised we didn't do that.
I'm glad you didn't.
Too late.
I thought
He's obviously wasn't him because he would have just talked to us, so we could have just moved down.
also true, but I was hoping to either pay him and maybe get a persuasion roll because I get like a +5 to those. So I thought if we were gonna get to persuade him, it might be a good idea.
No,
to
you just
get
paid him.
closer
It was
to
an
them
auto
first.
success.
Yeah, it was just an auto win. So yeah, it was a waste of 2 silver. But I was thinking maybe we could persuade him into something.
For what?
I don't know. He
You
might have
forget
had
you
information.
got exactly what you asked.
Yeah.
All right, I go down the end of the bar and talk to the drunk.
He's just drinking heavily. Doesn't quite seem to pay much attention to you at the moment.
I sit down beside him and say, "Hello, my good man."
Oh, good sir. Sir?
I'll take it. My name is Ripple the Wizard. At your service.
Dipple the Wizard. Welcome to this lovely tavern.
Close enough. I seem to notice you posted a bounty for a werewolf. I was hoping to pick your brain for a second.
When? Who?
The werewolf.
Oh, yeah, that one. Good.
Yes.
Good man. When?
Well, I think I've devised a non-lethal solution. I've heard of a place where werewolves can go outside of the city to be trained to control their power. For good. Would that solution be acceptable to you, sir?
Sounds like a load of agua.
Not hogwash at all, sir. I read about it in a book.
I've seen it with my own eyes.
Do a persuasion check.
Alrighty.
That wasn't you.
I was gonna. Can I get
Persuasion check
advantage?
goes
He's
to
helping?
the Ripple. Sure.
No!
Oh boy.
But he did read it.
I know, but you're trying to persuade someone else.
But I have the book and the map. They're here.
You show him the book and he just looks at it cross-eyed. It looks like words to me.
I think
That's what a book is. It's a collection of words.
What?
I'll lean in and be like, I think what my brother's trying to say is we have a way to take him out of the city, if you catch my drift.
I mean, I did put the bounty up there and ask for his head, so I catch your, and he like falls off his stool, winking at you very exaggeratingly. Ripple, oh god, and tumbles onto the floor.
I whisper to Anam, and I'm just like, just take the money off him.
No.
Is that
We're-
stealing?
No, but we're gonna fulfill this, and we're gonna get him there. But like, we're not gonna get paid if we do that.
But we haven't done it yet.
You're right. He'll be just as drunk after we do it. We'll steal it later. I mean, claim it later.
What's he gonna do? Drink?
Anywho, second
500
follow-up
gold
question,
in one
sir,
night?
while you're on the floor. Do you know
Yes,
where
sir.
he lives?
Well, I don't know where he lives now. I used to live with me though, back in the day before he became a werewolf. Great friend of mine.
Or when did he become a werewolf?
Oh, I can't remember. Since I've been sitting in this stool.
What?
You've been here for 6 months?
Or longer?
I don't understand the question.
How long
Also,
have you been in
You're
the
not
stool?
sitting in the stool. You're on the floor.
How do you not have severe
What?
blood clots?
What do you
I'm-
eat?
He
I'll
looks
help
at
him
the
back
floor
onto
and he
his
looks at
stool.
where he is. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Father, we've reached a conundrum. He doesn't know where the man lives, and it doesn't seem like he'll pay us if we do this peacefully.
I never said I wouldn't pay you. I
You
just
did so.
said that I don't think that it's possible.
No. You said the payment was on his head.
He never said that he wouldn't pay you.
Yeah,
He said he put out a bounty on his head. But he never said if he went peacefully he wouldn't. He said he didn't believe it.
why would he pay us for something he didn't believe and then follow up with the bounty was for his head?
If you could do it and have proof of it,
Wouldn't the proof be he's not here anymore?
We're gonna get him through this night without
I
any
mean, you could be
incident.
lying about that. But if you had him like write a note or something,
And then
these people obviously knew each other.
we'll have him write a note in the morning that he's leaving and on his way, and we'll get a signed affidavit from the city guard on his way out.
Wait. That sounds like a lot of work
those,
and a lot
those
of
were
money.
all a lot of big words.
Do you know how much an
Father,
affidavit
Father,
costs?
where is a notary?
Dude,
I
calligraphy
don't-
supplies
listen, where they
cost
have
money.
notaries. I would just take a signature.
Why don't you
All
come
right.
with us and talk to him yourself?
I don't think he can stand.
Bingo.
Well, we're burning moonlight. We gotta go look for this guy.
All right, you hold this stool down, all right?
Do me a really big favor.
We are. About a 500 gold favor.
If you gotta do it, just make it quick.
We shouldn't have to.
We'll try not to,
No.
but we'll.
I
You
read
think-
this whole
Do our
book
best.
3 times.
How do you think he feels about being a werewolf? Do you think he wants to be one?
That's what I said. You gotta do it, make it quick. I know he doesn't want to be a werewolf.
Well, now we know that because you communicated it to us. But before this, we don't know either of you.
He asked me to put this bounty off in his own head.
I knew it.
But you don't know where he is.
Right.
He didn't tell me where the shack was.
He's in a
Supposed to be a
shack.
test. He said,
That's more than we knew
in
seconds
case.
ago. Shack, you say?
Do you see the state of living in this place? Oh, there's a lot of shacks out there.
You're paying us 500 gold.
It wasn't just me that made that money. You. And do a group survival check.
Ooh.
Okay. Can I cast guidance on myself?
Sure.
Look at that. I'm surviving so good.
Anam and I are bringing the average down.
You know?
Anything above a 10 is-
Gabagulio also.
Wow.
I feel like anything above a 10's fine right now.
Maybe it's actually a 20. Actually, that's
Well,
very
that was
well
the-
averaged.
That was
Um,
horrible, y'all.
Yeah, I mean, for level 1s, that was pretty good. That was a good... Like, anything above a 10 on an average of 5 rolls is pretty good.
So many of
Joseph?
you guys had +4.
I know, it's actually surprising the amount of survival checks.
I'm the only
survival that
one
we
who
have.
doesn't have a +4.
Well, get one.
Well, no, I got a +5 to persuasion, so
But that's not what we're doing right now.
Okay. So you are able to find the place. You. Load. I didn't preload.
Hey, we finally left our upstairs.
It took
Whoa,
so,
it's so
long.
misty here.
1 second.
Is that Papa?
That is Papa.
Papa, you look like a cold-blooded killer.
He looks like
well,
he looks like a Goliath with a hood on.
He looks like
That's
he's
the
gonna
best I can
murder the
get.
fuck out of whoever he's looking at. He looks like he likes to let the rage take over.
Well, he was an ultramarine.
yeah,
Thematically
like
a barbarian. Is he barbarian class?
I feel like Ultramarines would be fighters / maybe rangers as far as like gun proficiency.
They could also be clerics.
Could be.
Space
Okay.
Marines are between 7 and 8 feet tall. So yeah, Goliath.
He's even a little bit taller. He's like 8'2".
So here's the plan.
Tall
He's tall
Ultramarine.
for his height.
Dad, you get ready to squash him if he looks like he's gonna transform.
It's not gonna. That's not how werewolf transformations work.
You know, you just gotta get there first. Just close the gap. It's just like in
That's
Sports ball.
It's almost instantaneous. There's no way.
you're
for
only
you to
like 10
actually-
feet away from him.
There's no way to actually. No.
And
I've
single-handedly
seen-
just flatten them.
I've seen moving pictures in the movie theaters about werewolves, and there's usually like a transformation process.
I'm gonna give you the
Not one
chain,
there.
Father, because I don't think the rest of us could tie
one
him
there.
down if we had to.
I don't think my
Probably not if
arms
you had
are
to tie
wide
him down
enough.
quickly. I'm not gonna lie. Not if you had to tie him down quickly. I can do the chain part, but you're gonna have to help me keep it down. With whatever way you can. Doesn't have to be brawn. Use some of your
Nope.
magic. if
It
you
will
need
always
to.
be some of my magic. If we need my brawn, we have failed.
It's true, he's a wimp.
That was my
He's a
opinion of you growing up.
I pull out my spatula.
Because you were able to find where to go, you'll make your way back here.
Whoa!
Not into this building, but like
We
this is the alley to the right. Okay, you guys should not be moving together anymore. And it's off and to the right.
I knock on this crate. Hello, is anyone home back here?
There is no response to that. You do hear a small amount of rustling in this little area.
Did we see an entry point?
Yes.
I knock on the door.
You just here. Go away. Go away.
Are you? We know his name, right?
Nim!
Yeah, do you know his name though?
You told
Nim.
us his name.
No, I know.
But I will
It's
never
Nib.
remember. I, the
Nib.
player, will
No,
never.
I understand. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Nab!
Hello, Nim. My name is
Goose.
Ripper. I'd like to
Nib.
have a word
Nib.
with you for a moment.
You don't. No, you don't. No, what's that? No. No, you
I
don't.
understand your predicament. We can talk through the door if that's fine.
Here,
I believe.
just make sure you
I
go
have,
away in an hour. You don't want to be.
I believe I have found a solution to your problem. Though I will admit it will likely be difficult.
Is it a cure?
So,
In
there
a
is a
sense.
cure. There is an option for a cure. I would recommend doing the first part first.
I mean, if it'll cure me,
Well, I
I'm
cannot
not
cure
gonna hurt-
you, but
I'm
I
not-
will.
I'm not
tell
gonna-
you. I will tell you the cure, but I would do the first part first.
I'm not gonna hurt anyone else, right?
Well, why don't you open the door and speak to us face
I
to
have a
face?
map here with instructions to reach the location of the Belmonts, who have been teaching werewolves to control their rage and anger in order to no longer hurt people. The follow-up is that the cure for your werewolfism is to kill the elder werewolf, which is probably unlikely in your current state. But I bet you the Belmonts are also interested in that second part.
Do a persuasion check with intelligence and advantage. So you're going to add 2 to that your persuasion roll because you're using intelligence as opposed to charisma.
Okie doke.
Hmm.
Okay,
'Cause
so
you are backing it with actual
I have-
facts
going to open up
from
persuasion.
a book.
He's
And
dropping
I'm
the
If you,
going
if you
to-
just roll persuasion and then do a +2 to that, that'll do the
Okay,
Sure.
and you said
With advantage.
normal or with advantage?
advantage.
Ah!
out of the park. He comes up to the door and you see it open and you see a cloaked halfling staring up at you. How tall are you? How tall are paladels?
Good question. I think I said I was 6 foot.
And he's definitely looking up at you because he's just shy of 3.
Oh my
He's looking up at you. He looks disheveled and just like all out of sorts, and he's like, "What'll it take?"
I hand him the map.
Like, and he looks at the map and he says, "Okay, you promise me I won't hurt anyone else."
No, you
I just
should
don't
go
wanna
on the
hurt
journey
anyone.
here. I don't know if we need to chain you down for the evening because you only have an hour, but after that, you have a full month to get there. Dad,
As long as you can promise me, yes.
what do you think about it? I assume that you probably want to what do we do about making sure he doesn't hurt anybody tonight?
Oh, we chain him down and we guard the doors. And if something goes wrong, the halfling finishes a sentence that says, "Then you kill me."
I don't want to.
I like hanging out with Mom more.
Sometimes you
Politics?
gotta put a dog down.
Wow. You can sit on the outside of the door. That was
Well-
rude.
Maybe he should sit on the inside of the door by himself.
No, we're not going to go kill Gabagulio.
I keep trying.
I'll read. While they chain you down, I'll read to you out of this werewolf book. It describes both the path there, and I can tell you about what I know about the elder werewolf from the library.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
okay with that. But can you promise me that you'll kill me if this goes wrong?
As a last resort.
I
Okay.
don't want to, but if you start breaking chains, I will.
We will do what we
Okay.
have to.
Thank you.
All
And he goes and he
Let's get you locked down.
sits back here. Father starts putting chains around him. You're reading him stuff about the elder werewolves, the origin of it, and that it probably came from the chant. Well, it did come from the safe zone, the Chantry, which is to the northeast.
Can I help up with the chains on?
Sure.
I did buy them.
This should be more than this. He's doing great. He has some good chains on there. It's a good basis.
And they're all fixed down good.
They are all fixed down good. They look great. Is anyone else doing anything else to prepare?
Yeah.
I would post up in the corner with my bow. I wouldn't
don't
be
have to
pointing,
sleep,
I wouldn't
so
be
I'm just gonna
pointing
be-
it at him, but I would like set it next to me and set the arrows out and be like, "We came prepared, but we, again, are really crossing our fingers here."
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really think of
Anyone
anything
else?
else I could do.
Where would you like to be positioned? Position yourselves accordingly. So he is rapidly roaring and moving around a lot, but in the chains, like by moving around like the tiny bit that he can, because your father's doing a good job. And as we go through, I need each one of you to tell me what you're doing, and then I'll have you make a check based off of that. So we'll start off with
standing here.
Gabagoolio, because you're like, how are you helping?
I'm standing
Are
here
you
because
doing
if he
anything
were
to
to
help?
run away from me, I could cast Hellish Rebuke.
No, but like, are you doing anything to help?
I'm watching and making sure the chains
this-
aren't lifting. Like, I'm paying attention and making sure that he's not getting out of the chains, but I'm not like actively doing anything.
Okay,
other
so
than
you can
standing
roll a
on guard.
perception check,
Okay.
or perception. Okay, you're able to see that the chains. You actually see one time they start to get a little bit loose, but you're able to warn your father, and he is able to kind of push it back into the wall, the anchor point.
Cool.
So what's next? What's Ripple doing?
Two things. I know it doesn't help much, but I have a mage hand holding the werewolf down because it doesn't cost me anything. And then I'm
Gently
sitting.
patting him on the head.
It's 10
Pretty much.
It's 10 extra pounds that weren't there. And then I'm keeping an eye on father, and if the werewolf manages to try to get a bite off that my father didn't see, I will reaction cast shield. Or no, that's only on me, isn't it?
It is.
Yep. It is only on me. I thought you could do it on others.
No.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'm just doing mage hand, and I'm keeping an eye on the I'm keeping an eye on the werewolf as well, because
Okay.
everything else I have just does damage, which seems
Someone's
counter.
ready to fight. Okay. Then Brixham, what are you doing while this werewolf is just trying its hardest to get out of the chain? You see it like go lax occasionally, but then it like shoots right back up against it.
To speak
You see
with
your father
animals
starting to
work?
get tired.
We all have
I
that.
am.
What?
To speak with animals work on a werewolf. We all have that.
No, because when you're transformed, you can't. You don't have. At least when you're transformed rapidly,
fine.
uncontrollably, you
Yeah.
really don't have the ability to speak.
Fair enough.
So I'm trying to offer Papa some guidance as he's trying to hold the chains down, but at the same time, I'm going to be using minor illusion to create what I think a werewolf would want to like calm him down. So it's like a nice like fat turkey leg, just like in the sky, like above him, trying to catch his attention.
Do a.
Cartoon scent waves.
Death save.
No. Do a Arcana check with wisdom. Okay, you do a pretty good. It looks distracted a couple times. A couple times your father is about to lose his grasp on the chains, and you're able to soothe the werewolf enough that it kind of goes lax for a little bit, and then gives your dad a break. Anam, what are you doing? What you doing?
I'm going to take 2 of my 6 daggers and slam them through the chains into the floor to try to reinforce them.
Okay, make a weapon attack, and then based off the damage, we'll see how successful it is. 2 weapon attacks, 2 5s. Okay, you do a pretty decent job slamming them
Hold
into
on, maybe it's because... Hold on.
You do a pretty good job, and you're able to slam a couple extra chains in during all of this. So it is still restrained. Kreezor, what do you do?
Knowing
What are
that the
you
werewolf's
doing?
making a lot of noise, I would be keeping an eye on, like, the werewolf, looking over my shoulder, and also checking outside to make sure, like, nobody else has got an idea to come kill him.
Do a perception check.
Because at this point, we're trying to save him, and that would be a shame. P is for perception.
So you are able to tell there's no one that is going to be coming to do anything to this werewolf. You're able to keep an eye out, do a really good job doing a watch. You even see someone peek their head around the corner and then turn away because they hear the noises and they're like, nope. Is they worth
I,
it?
like, glare down at him. I'm sure they ran
Okay.
away because a 5-foot-tall bug was staring at them.
Probably. Well, no. In this world, I don't think people pay attention to that. Okay. So, with a series of successes and a series of pretty good rolls, you are able to last through the night. Your father essentially has to keep... You guys are like repeating these as the night goes on, too, because you are lasting through the night. I actually need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw as you are going well into the morning.
If Papa's getting sweaty, I'm gonna use Gust and, like, gently dry him off.
Sure, you're able to do that.
This is more on
Ana-
par with the saving throws I was expecting us to be able to
Anam and Kreezor both take a level of exhaustion.
Which isn't
Because it's
as
not so
bad in
detrimental that it
5.5.
just screws.
Boom, I'm dead.
This is 5.5, so don't worry. You're not completely screwed because you got a level of exhaustion.
Right, my speed is halved, I have half dice rolls, and any dice I roll a 1 on I have to eat.
Yep. No, everyone just gets -1. But you are able to make it through the rest of the night. He goes back.
Is it -1 or -2?
-1. Just -1 to start. It's -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then dead.
No.
He turns back. As quickly as he turned into a werewolf. Goes back to a half. But
Morning.
looks up at the group. Also with a level of exhaustion. 2 levels of exhaustion, sorry. He's... Did I hurt anyone?
No.
Is everyone okay? He like looks around, barely keeping himself awake at the moment.
Some of us are tired, but we're all
Just
good.
just a few tired fellas.
Nothing a good cup of coffee won't fix.
Well,
I mean, I'd say a good night's sleep. That's usually what I do after the... If I can. Usually I can. But that's a whole nother... It doesn't... I appreciate everything you did. You don't even understand.
This is
I
gonna
just-
sound awkward, but we need you to sign an affidavit saying we did this. You were
For
much
the-
more
for the
understanding
bounty?
about the map. You were much more understanding about the book and the map than the bounty poster.
How many?
The bounty I put up, I asked them to put out on me. I
How
I'll sign
long
the
will it
affidavit.
take him to get? Like, how many days of travel will it take?
It is 7 days on horseback from one end of each zone to the next. So he could make it on a horse within, what is it,
How
3
much
zones?
does a typical inn cost per night?
It depends on where it is. They increase in price the farther you go towards danger zones.
Like
so
I'm-
you're dealing with
I'm thinking we
an
should send
average
him
of
off with
4
some cash.
silver if you're going all the way over. You also could technically camp out with camping supplies if necessary.
If we're gonna get like 500 gold, we could give him like 10 or something to like get him started.
That would pretty much cover. That would cover a good chunk of the way there. Pay for the horse.
I like that
Come on.
idea.
I feel like if we leave him to his own devices and he doesn't have any money, he's more likely to turn and just murder people and not get there.
That's fair. Are there any representatives to the Belmonts here in town?
They usually don't come this far in. They're stretched pretty thin, so they don't tend to make it to the safe zones
And I don't really want to escort.
or the neutral zone, which generally you're in. Who's here? You guys can. He'll gladly sign. He gladly signs the letter.
All right.
Meet us on the edge of town after we collect payment. We'll give you 10 gold.
I could just give him 10 gold
Okay.
now. I have it.
That's fair. We'll pay Ripple back 10 gold when we get it.
Okay. I can't thank you enough.
No.
Well, you owe us one, so you're a good guy now. And you're gonna...
If you ever find
you're-
yourself out in the danger zone, I will gladly help you the best of my abilities.
That's... comforting.
You're a good man.
So you're able to go back to the bar.
We're gonna have so
You
many
see
friends by the
nymphs on.
time we're adults.
And you make your way to the bar. You go into the Kingfisher Tavern, and the same dwarf is there early in the morning.
He didn't
You're
leave.
not 100% sure whether he left or he's just been going through the night.
We're in the same
Is
This
he on the
man's
same
liver
stool
is
or
probably-
he on the floor?
Same clothes, same
He's on the
stool.
stool again. Same stool, same spot. He's on the
Mary-
floor yet.
Merry Christmas! You don't have to sit on the stool for a 7th month.
What? Who are you?
Here's your affidavit.
Oh. And he
Right.
he somehow sobers up a decent amount at seeing that and reads it, and you see him take 500 gold out of his pocket in a couple like a large sack and put it on the table. I'm sorry, I was backpack because 500 gold's a lot of gold. He can't just carry that in his pocket easily. And you
The stool
He
was
just-
actually 500 gold.
he gives
Might
you
get
the
blown off of
stool. He just cannot thank you enough. I'm gonna need a moment. And he gets off the stool and walks out into one of the back rooms. You see a little tear run down his eye, but like a half smile as well. Reading the letter that was given to him by his best friend, now off to be part of the Belmonts. The person he thought was 100% going to be killed, being saved.
You might even be able to see him again.
And like as he's going to the back room, he hears that, and just like, who knows? That'd be a treat. And it goes. There's like not a lot of people in the bar as well. Like 2 people. It's morning. People are not really going to this tavern for breakfast. You guys feel that it's more like the afternoon drinking tavern.
How are the eggs here?
The bar, one of the only bar. Sorry, none of the bar backs are there, but the owner's there opening up. It's like, well, I mean, let's say that they're eggs.
Good enough for me. I'm not very picky.
Okay,
What if
one
someone
egg.
was slightly
I'm gonna-
more picky than that? What kind of eggs?
I don't ask my supplier.
Are they
No bird
mystery
eggs or platypus eggs?
Did you know the platypus
They're
is one of the few
he
animals
does.
that you can make an entire custard from?
He's straight up. My supplier calls them, and he does air quotes, bird eggs.
Did they
That was
That's
taste,
good enough for me.
do they taste
I
like
feel
whatever
like
the
that's not
standard
good.
egg would
more
be?
worrisome than before we knew what they were.
I think I want to eat trail rations and get home to Mom's cooking.
Give me 4 of your oldest, please.
What?
What?
Gives
That's
you
not,
these.
What?
That's not the ideal characteristic of an egg.
More old eggs coming up. He goes out to the back.
Well, wait.
Your
I've
father's
heard of
like,
these,
"This is a bad-
century eggs. Is
this-
this like
No, this is a bad idea. Let's all leave. Kreezor, no, you're gonna get some real food. Come on.
Like he literally drags me out.
like
Yep.
the idea that
Yeah.
you're like actually crying like a 5-year-old who's been told no? You have the odd occasional emotional outburst. We have eggs at home. Eggs at home.
You don't have mystery bird eggs, though. I don't know what those taste like.
You don't want to know what those taste like. He doesn't know what those taste like. I doubt anyone knows what those taste like at this point.
You think they all died?
I don't know about that, but something.
He's got a
They probably wanna
supplier. They're
forget.
being like they're moving these, whatever they are.
You don't know how often his supplier comes here. He might have only dropped off one shipment.
Fair enough. I don't know the world that
Ever.
well, but he made it sound like this was a big operation.
Probably to push his eggs that he's been trying to sell for years.
Oh.
They're aged. I want to go back.
You don't
No.
want these eggs, trust me.
Are they 1,000-year eggs?
They're boy eggs.
This-
Does that make them better or worse to you?
I didn't know boys laid eggs.
You should try them.
No, he shouldn't.
No, no.
You know what? You should be less open-minded about food sometimes. Let's stay in the range of edible.
I think you should be
is-
more open-minded about food.
That could the two could be true. Yes.
If it came from an animal, it's probably edible.
No.
Ah,
You see,
Wouldn't live by that.
you say
But you
some
might
things
die
that are
by it.
spot on, and then you say other things that are the opposite of spot on.
And you make your way back to the speaker house. And everything seems pretty okay. When you get there, your mother is also home. Let me preload the scene this time so that I don't... She's not on
What?
this map.
I'm gonna run up to her and give her a hug and say, "Mama, Papa let us kill a dragon."
He just looks right at him without any words, and he's just like, no, 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 no,
It
no.
was
Father took us to a
awesome.
bar multiple times.
It
We
was-
get to go to
down.
a bar twice.
It was I looked down at a paper that has nothing written on it. Chromatic
See?
dragon.
See, I smell like stale beer.
He smelled like stale beer beforehand. That doesn't count.
You do all smell like stale beer. That's yeah, okay. We'll have a
We
talk
learned
about
so
this
many
later,
sea
but
shanties.
I heard this is
Can-
part of culture.
it's good to learn, but
We drew the line at rotten eggs, though.
there's okay. That at least you drew a line. At least
That's-
someone drew a line.
Yeah, Dad wouldn't let me eat random bar eggs.
That's good.
He asked for
You
the
should listen to
oldest
your
ones
father.
they had.
Bird eggs. And I'm doing the air quotes behind.
It's true.
That's good.
They
That's
were
good.
from a bird-like animal, perhaps. I'm still not quite sure.
Maybe it was from a platypus named Bird.
Okay. So, another year goes by
Jesus.
How many werewolves?
and nothing
do we,
eventful happens.
And literally nothing happened.
what, Papa just makes
Nothing
us work on the
extra
farm?
eventful happens. You guys, well, what would you do in this year? So you have a couple of different things you could do. Anyone can go help. You're getting to the point where you can go. You're getting to the point where you can kind of go your own way and do your own thing. As far as you could help out your mother with either going to the capital occasionally to do political things, going to help out with the clerical duties at the wall. You can go work on the ward if you have magic. You could go back into Novigrad if you want to do anything over there. You could work If Gabagolia wants to go do stuff on his book, he can do things with his book.
So
I'd go work
As
on
far
the
as
book.
mechanically, over the year, I'm going to let you choose either a tool proficiency or you can increase one of your lowest stats by 1 as the year goes by. You do not level, but you do still get something. So you can gain a tool proficiency of your choice or increase one of your lowest stats by 1.
can I get
Skills
a
or
weapon
attributes?
proficiency?
Stats like strength, dexterity, con, intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
Unfortunately, 11 strength doesn't help me, and I don't think it ever will.
Can I get a weapon
Just
proficiency?
for Mister. Yeah. You know what? I would let you take a weapon proficiency
Because
as well.
I don't
'cause
even
it's-
care if it's scoped to one weapon. I only have access to simple weapons.
It is one thing.
And there are no finesse weapons in simple that aren't dagger.
Sure.
So if I can just get honestly anything half decent, like a short sword's probably better than anything I can wield. Let me see here.
He actually has just taped the spatula to a broom handle, and it's now a pike.
Add a new proficiency.
Like a rapier would be fine. That's the same as using my quarterstaff in versatile mode. Or a scimitar.
Just wait until he uses his quarterstaff in convertible mode.
I mean, the scimitar is really nice for taking those pounds off.
Yeah.
Scimitar is
Yeah,
good.
you could scimitar it.
I'm cool with really anything you're willing to give me.
You can take one. It's one weapon. One weapon proficiency.
I'm gonna take a
Whatever.
scimitar and
Ooh,
My
we could all get a
spatula-
proficiency in war gongs.
my spatula is now a really ornate chef's knife.
So
That's
I'm
fine.
going to
You can
take proficiency in alchemical supplies, so maybe I can make potions while we're doing
Sure.
things.
Describe how you do that. Like, what do you do for the year? What's one of the things you do for your study?
Well, we have. I study through my chemistry books from school, and I use an ombelic, and I start combining things into simple potions, and slowly but surely start adding in different devices and improving my recipes. And at the end, with a little bit of help and a lot of supplies, I managed to make a health potion.
Cruiser, what do you do? What are you choosing, and how do you do it?
I would probably be going out to the farm with Papa and helping farm / mostly just hunting crows and hunting things out.
Sure. But what? So what are you taking? Are you taking the weapon / tool, or are you doing the +1 to one of your lowest stats?
I'll take the +1 to the strength.
You're the reason that I put that in there instead of just tool
I know.
proficiency.
I know. You pitied me. You know that I need it.
Okay.
Can you
Brixa.
give me a scimitar?
It probably won't be of use this session, but I will make sure
Okay.
for the next one.
I gave myself
I-
proficiency.
Have a scimitar in my inventory. I don't know why.
I don't know. You're cheating, obviously.
Probably.
Probably came with your
Stop
background.
cheating. No, he's cheating. I like it better. Anyway, Brexham, what are you doing? What did you gain?
So
Are
I'm
you
gonna take
buying?
the poisonous kit.
What you...
I spent most of my time at the
You sell
quarantine zone on the wards.
Okay. Okay. You say poisoner's kit?
Yeah, I was able to
What do
start
you- why-
detecting different poisons.
You're using it to detect poisons. You're taking the
Detect
sample of blood and be like, okay.
Not so much creating. I could, but more for detection.
Okay.
Figuring out what it is.
Now,
to
what do
create
you...
the anti
You
the
don't
anti-venom,
have-
if you will.
Exhaustion as well. You're not exhausted. It's been a year.
He pushed himself.
Now, what are you doing? What are you taking? What you buying?
What am I buying? I'm buying
What you buying?
I am going to learn how to use a forgery kit,
Ooh.
and I'm going to do so by basically just rummaging around town looking for thrown out documents.
Okay. I like it. Are you like practicing with it by just trying to make the copy of each document that's thrown out, or?
Yes, I take each one, analyze it thoroughly, and keep practicing until I'm able to make an exact copy of it.
The way you'll know that
Okay.
you've gotten it is because I keep asking you to write me notes to get out of class.
You're not in class anymore.
I did literally say at the start of this campaign that, like, I asked you, do you want to move out? You could have moved out of your home.
It's true.
Why
We're
would we
hell-
move
You're
out?
not in school.
We're all held
can
behind
do,
like 3
like-
years.
You can do like college level courses, that's fine. Like higher education, but
Fine.
no
Well,
one's
that-
still in high school.
I'm working on the weave.
The very damaged weave.
I'm just working on college
You
ball.
should probably use coconut oil on that.
That's the clap. You can,
Okay,
Would you like
so-
to buy Ripple's ointment for that?
You would hear things about your mother's work and how she feels like they keep on pushing for more and more money from the newer people, and she's not always 100% sure why. And she actually very recently says she would like to take everyone to the city because you haven't really been there in a while. Kind of see how things are. Ripple's the only one that might have gone back and forth to maybe work on the ward a little bit.
Yeah.
So that she would like to take you guys with her this time rather than last time. You guys are actually still kind of okay. There's occasionally talk of, maybe, next year we just have to go with what the council says and whatnot. You hear talks. A little fun fact about your mother that I forgot to say in the very first session, which is actually a decently important fact. She, when she was very, very, very young, to the point where she can barely remember, actually originated from Avirath. She was from the other side of the Scar of Darkness that made her way over here. And you hear her talk
Is that
occasionally
unusual?
about the trouble. So there are
Or is that
There are people that
normal?
go
Is there, like,
both-
a ton of
that
people.
there's not a ton of people because it's expensive. If you want to do that safely, if you want to traverse the Scar safely, it is very expensive to find guides. There are guides that exist, or you can traverse it on your own. But it's rare, but it's not unheard of. It's one of the reasons she was originally made mayor is because she knew she was from the place where the light originates. Like your
So, like,
entire light source originates.
We wouldn't know anyone else necessarily who's done that.
You might have in court in like when you guys were in the major city, you might have met like one or two other people,
Okay.
but not pretty much anywhere else. And you do hear her mention, just like off the cuff, maybe it's time to hand over speakership to someone else because she feels like she might not be doing the best job, and maybe it's time to head on back, take the family, head back home. You hear the conversation of it, but it usually gets kind of put down because it's a long travel. It's a lot of money. You don't have the money. And the town does still like your mother. She has I forget what syndrome it is. Imposter syndrome, where you feel like you're doing a bad job when you're actually not doing a bad job.
Mother, you are a trickster goddess. You have them all fooled.
But
Embrace
yeah,
it.
it's you hear it mentioned, but that's it. All ready to go to the big city. It's gonna be a 3-day trek.
Oh boy.
It's- 3-day trek through the safe zone to the east, directly to the east, and to the major city. The capital is called the Auchindoun. And that's where everyone is. So you make your way pretty uneventfully through the 3-day trek. You are able to find inns and towns, because there are towns that are all throughout the safe zone, without any issue. It is indeed the safe zone for a reason. There is a ward outside. There's a ward surrounding it. Like, things everything is restricted as far as what can come in and come out. It is fully safe. So you make your way for a full 3 days with no issues. Is there anything you'd like to ask your mother or talk to your mother as you are making your way over there?
How do
Well,
you
anything you'd like
spell
to do?
Auchindoun?
It's Auchindoun. Oh, it's actually based off of a castle in real life. Is it? No. Wow, why would you take the name?
All I can say is that seriously looks Dutch to me because of the amount of extra letters.
It's
Dutch
in
is much
Scotland.
sillier. Yeah, I figured it was Scottish. Dutch
That's a
is
Scottish
much sillier.
castle.
Yeah, there needed to be like twice as many vowels for it to actually truly be Dutch.
Well,
but-
no, it's also
It's
as
true.
it's just it's like I can't even. But never mind. I'm
Do
just
it.
gonna say it's all up.
Do it.
No,
Do it. Do it.
I gotta go back and Google the thing.
Look, everybody,
Oh,
Ross
okay.
is racist.
Against the Dutch?
Oh,
Yeah, you
Dutch.
can't really be.
What? Okay. So, is there anything she does tell you how to spell it? Because we're gonna say that was in character.
Alright. Well,
Is there anything else?
I am actually updating this map like in.
Oh, I know.
character.
I can see.
Yeah. One of these days I'll have it right.
There's a lot.
There. That
Yeah,
was it. It's
anything-
in general.
General.
Ah, give me in clap, papa.
That's amazing. Hold on. That's stream worthy. That's the best meme I've seen all day.
It's not even a meme. It's a language.
That's,
Can-
no,
can-
that's a-
Can we agree in character that
Legit.
Ripple gave me that note and I just yelled that? Because I have been saying papa.
Sure. No one really knows the language of Dutch anymore. But
Oh my
Thank
god!
goodness.
But Ripple's been reading it in a book.
God damn it!
okay. Is there anything actually you would like to ask on your 3-day trek, other than just talking as you normally would?
If we move back, what's the other side like?
Well, when I remember it, it's so imagine this area. We're all
Yeah.
very safe. Everything seems pretty good, and like, but amplify it. It's
More safe?
more. It's almost like a feeling of warmth, especially if we were to move back into the capital, the area proper. It's more secure. I feel like it's more fair, as she makes the talk about. You can sense that her words are dripping with disdain for the council at the moment. It's great. Not to say that what we don't have here is amazing, and it's not like we can't still have and also, you guys are of the age. If you guys end up moving out, I would just say please keep it into the safe zone if at all possible. I don't want to have to worry, but you know.
Unfortunately, the safe zones and the not safe zones are red and green, and Keegan is red-green colorblind.
So he's going to move to a neutral zone.
I don't know if there are colleges in unsafe zones.
There
That's
are no colleges or schooling in anything other than the safe zone.
I'm good then, because I'm just going to play college ball until I'm too old to.
Oh, then it's fine. You are always more than welcome to stay in these zones because you are
I
Our
earned it.
children, you have the ability to
I
have
earned
a
it.
house here. Yes, you did. You are correct.
But you
Anything
freeloaders, you guys can leave anytime.
No, no, no one is a freeloader here.
We're all freeloaders here.
No, you all
We're all
earned
living off of taxpayer dollars.
I really knew
We
that's
are-
where you were going. You fucking libertarian.
it. We are not. I did want a smaller house, but we do actually pay. Quite a
Gabagoolio's
large
been
sum.
hanging out in alt-right chat rooms. I've seen it.
I'm really gonna dig into the alt part of that comment because I don't want to be the other half of that.
He was on a
comment.
site called 4 Channels.
For channeling.
He's on a message board. It's where people just cast message back and forth to each other.
None of them are good.
I'm just
None
saying.
of them are good.
We
At best, they're
don't
funny in a
contribute.
bad way.
The capital of Auchindoun is a wonderfully large series of structures, all made out of some form of bluish crystals, that take the amount of light that is cast from Avirath, and it kind of does like a nice little reflection thing on it, a nice little glint. There are many, many buildings. It is a very, very large, is massive. There are people coming in and out constantly. There are people of all walks of life. And you can kind of see by the way it's laid out. On the outskirts, you have your slightly smaller towns and layouts. And as you go in, the buildings get larger and larger and larger, all up to the central building that is where the council meets every day, which is a large tower. Now, the world itself, after the end of time, started and formed. It's kind of a group. It's not a full-blown religion because they don't believe in a higher being, but it's a group that came together called the Church of, or the Church of Sacred Fate. That because of what happened to the end of time, their entire goal is just to make sure it never happens again, and that church always has. So the end of time happened, and that is a known fact because magic was introduced to a certain part of the world that it was never meant to. It had ended up creating corrupted ley lines, which led to the complete destruction of the universe, because magic is a volatile thing. The Church of Sacred Fate essentially looks to monitor and make sure it doesn't happen again. They're okay with magic. They think that magic's okay, but they just keep a close eye on it. That's all.
They're pretty cool dudes.
They're known as a pretty okay group of people. They do legitimately tend to have one goal, and that is just to make sure that the end time doesn't happen again and that everyone is safe. Some people, specifically the safe zone, known as the Chantry, are not very big fans of magic in general and have kind of twisted the church. This is not here at all. This is the one to the northeast, to kind of say all magic is bad. But most places use its name in the name of good. I bring them up now because they do have a seat on the council. They are one of the 5 members in the capital city. He's elected through that, and then there are 4 members elected for each quarter. Each quarter of the city is like a district. They're very large districts. And as I said before, the speakers of each one of the 4 gate cities also have a seat, so that makes 9 seats total. And that pretty much covers the Auchindoun and the political structure of it. You are able to. You've all been here a couple times. Ripple definitely more than anyone else. Though everything that happens with the ward is done near the central, actually in the building surrounding the central spire. So that's what Ripple would know. And your mother would end up taking you closer towards the center area. There are various shops of any. You can find pretty much anything in the city that you would like if you want to go do a little bit of looking around, see how things are, or you can go right to council. You also can go to maybe some people that you've met. Ripple can go to his school for a little bit if you guys want to go that way.
Yeah, I'll go wherever.
Yeah, let's go to the places I know.
Show us around.
Sure. So you're able to go to, essentially it's Ripple's university that he goes to. It's the University of the Ward and all surrounding magics. It's a very straightforward name. But yes, you can go there and you are able to go to meet one of your favorite professors. Name is John.
Professor Professorson?
No. Name is John Edgardson. Nope. He is a human. He is the human of technology. So he's the human who is the lead in attempting to bring back certain bits of technology from the old world. And you can see him currently working on a couple contraptions in his lab. And as you all walk in, he turns around and is like, Ripple, welcome back.
Professor
How's
John.
everything going?
Well, well as always. I thank you
good.
for the lessons in alchemy.
You're
which I'm now
welcome.
incorporating into the backstory of the last year.
That sounds good. How is everyone? Durell, how's it going? How's
These
everyone
are my
else? I don't think
siblings.
I've met.
That I definitely know the names of, and I'm not switching over to Discord so I can read them.
What's a Discord?
I know. This is Zanam. This is Brixim.
Hello.
This is
Hello.
unfortunately Gabagulio. And this is Krizor Har. He likes to dig.
Hi.
That's hello.
I
That's
don't
great.
usually like announcing my siblings that way, but he specified that I must introduce him as he likes to dig.
What kind of, where and when and why?
Pretty much anywhere. Dunno,
Mostly for
dunno.
potatoes, but if you needed someone to dig a hole, he's your man.
Yeah. Dirt, farming, excavation, foundations.
Bodies.
The man
Bodies.
digs quicker with a spoon than most men do with a shovel.
That's great. I imagine you're great on the farm.
It's insane.
Papa says I'm really
That's-
helpful.
That's great. I've been working on a couple tools myself to help with farming since we've been increasing. I haven't. It's been rough going. It is not easy to try and get technology working in this world, but I've been trying every single day. We think we're on a breakthrough with something called electricity.
Sounds fake.
What is this witchcraft you speak of?
That sounds
What is
more
it?
real
Well-
than. What did you say? A techtrocity?
Atrocity?
I don't know what
Keep
you
up.
said, but witchcraft sounds more likely.
It's
We
not,
have
though.
witchcraft, though.
Yeah, that's why it sounds more likely. His
But
thing
it's
just
not.
sounds made up.
It's electricity.
All words
Sure
are
it
made
is,
up.
pal. Like, what does that even
Made-
mean?
It was formed many, many years ago by a man called Thomas Tesla.
What?
You know.
I
That
know.
doesn't even
That's
sound
what
like
my
a
book
real
says.
guy.
That's what my book says. But we think that we're almost there. We've been trying.
What can you do
My
with it?
grandparents tried. You can do something. So imagine if you had a candle,
Uh-huh.
but you didn't
Okay.
need to light it. It just a switch and then it's lit,
Yeah, I
and
know
it's
a
lit
guy.
for a long time.
Yeah, I know a guy. He can cast Produce Flame.
No, but you don't have to use magic because not everyone can use magic. Not
But
a lot of
like-
people can use magic right now.
I
This
cast.
sounds
But
dangerous
nobody-
because candles burn buildings down, and having light like fire that just appears
Not-
sounds
no,
dangerous.
This doesn't burn.
What else
But how
can
else
it
do you
Yes,
make,
I see
like-
that you can cast light. That's fantastic, but there's a lot of places out in the world that don't have magic.
do? Okay.
So what does
Start
it
changing
burn?
the color of light.
Like,
so it
how
looks
much are you
like a
going to
little
charge
green
for
color.
this electronic city?
We haven't decided yet. I'm pushing for free. The council is pushing for a certain amount of money.
Why are they pushing for money so hard?
I don't know.
What kind of resources does it take to produce this?
That's where we're currently having the largest issues. We can get to work on the potato.
Oh,
As a
Sounds like
proof of
You're
concept.
lighting up the potato, or are you using the potato?
No,
to
but we
power
can
it?
get something called a current.
Like a river?
that's
You
the
know
thing
what?
that they use in food.
I bet you would need a dinosaur to do this.
Look, and he picks up a what looks like a. The best way to describe it is like a hand crank lantern. He picks it off the table and it's like, look, we have the ability, and he starts cranking it, and it makes the terrible, worst noises in the world. But as he's cranking it, you see it light up a little bit more and a little bit more, and then it actually produces a little bit of light.
I use thermaturgy to increase the brightness.
And it looks really good. Oh my god!
That's just torches with
So
extra
amazing.
steps.
But it stays on for longer. You don't have to relight it.
Yeah,
Cranks
it's
it
still
when
on
I'm
right now.
bored.
Yeah, but you're not cranking it, and it's going out slowly.
No, it's still lit.
It actually is still lit.
It's getting
Even without
brighter still.
dramaturgy, you can notice. He has stopped cranking it. Just keep on getting brighter. You just need a jump start. But I need you to think bigger. Like, think larger. What if the entire world
Yeah.
could just have this?
Yeah, what if there
Oh,
were bigger
so we make the
flashlights?
giants crank them.
Well, we're trying to go with a crankless.
Well, how
way
would
of
that
doing this
even
as
work? Like, what? Whoa!
As
Isn't
it
the
gets
crank the thing that
as it
makes it
continues
work?
to get brighter, you just start hearing whispers in draconic gibberish.
I'm immediately
This
like,
one's
what
apparently
the fuck?
cursed.
I use thermaturgy to create tremors.
This place is fucking insane. Why did we come
Apparently-
here?
My students have been messing with my things again.
I use dust in all the shutters.
It's terrible.
I feel like I'm getting
Anyway,
punked.
electricity. I don't know what that is. But I'm told from one of my books it was a show on the CR vision.
What?
So does this Tricity summon demons? Because it's getting pretty scary in here.
Did you say
No,
demon?
this is one of my students. It does not summon demons. Demons? There is a demonologist, a warlock, who teaches here.
Oh. He's okay?
He's, I mean, the
You
city
didn't say
does
yes.
employ warlock.
You didn't say yes.
He's
That's the part that concerns me. Nobody ever says yes. They're like, well, they're good people, but so is the werewolf, and we still had to send him away.
I mean, warlocks. I mean, if werewolves. That's
You didn't say
whole other
yes.
thing.
To be fair, for all we know, the werewolf is living a great and fulfilling life right now.
Maybe,
It's been
but
a year, so
had
hopefully
we not
he's made it
intervened,
there.
that wouldn't have been the case.
True, but we did.
I mean, warlocks do have, like, you got very useful.
I asked if he was okay, and you still didn't say yes.
Well, I mean, okay is a very strong word.
See, that's the part that worries me.
You should go meet him and ask him.
You can
How
go meet him
many
and ask
of
him
his
exactly.
orifices does he scream out of?
He doesn't scream.
Orifices.
When he cries, is it
There are some
bloody
very
tears or
interesting
regular
noises.
one?
Pretty regular tears. I don't think.
I got
Are we
this
trying to
feel.
make? Are we trying to make this man cry?
No, but I get this feeling that every time the demon talks to me, that it's not a good thing to succumb to what he wants.
Oh, you definitely don't succumb to your demons. No. But you can ask him, but
wants
you're
me
supposed
to
to
do
use them to
things.
harness their powers. From everything he's told me, the way it works, and you probably should talk to him about this, because personally, I don't know how to do magic.
That's
just
evident.
works.
Easy. It's like
technology.
this. Can I cast light again?
No,
Sir, I
don't
just
do
want to
what-
let you know
more.
that at this moment in time, Gabugulio thinks that you're his best friend and the coolest person in the world.
I don't know. He's
Oh,
got
sorry.
some weird ideas, man. Well,
He will pass though, but
Okay.
I just thought you should know.
when you're done making this infinity or whatever, that maybe then we can be friends.
Infinity? What do you mean?
Whatever you called it. The thing that doesn't exist yet that
electricity.
you're going to invent with big potato
The
energy.
electricity.
Yeah.
I thought you came up with an idea. My apologies.
What?
Big
Deacon's not
fix.
capable of that. It's fine.
Oh,
Infinity is
Energy.
is a number, or infinity
It's the
is
concept of
It
it.
is
Now.
not.
concept of
It is not.
a large range of inconceivable numbers.
Yes. That's in my book.
With the same book that electricity's from?
No, sorry. The book the book I read on the past.
Hmm.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well, I need to go lie down somewhere because all of this thinking has caused me to hurt my brain.
If you'd like to go see the Warlock, you can go see the Warlock as well.
I think Gabagool should probably talk to him. He could use a
I don't know. He might be evil.
good role model.
He's definitely not evil.
The demons
I said that
are
one
pretty
just
evil.
fine.
He's
You just need to learn how to control it.
probably less evil than you are.
Me?
I've yet to do anything
Gabagool.
actually evil.
You know,
You
thinking
just don't
about
do
it,
anything.
though,
Okay.
dreaming about all the evil you could get up to.
Are you headed to the Warlock?
It
Yeah, why
depends.
not?
Where
Or
is
no,
the
no,
warlock?
It's across the hallway.
I would
Very
go
large
across the
university.
hallway. I wouldn't go out of my way even in the slightest, but I would go across the hallway.
You go across the hallway. You go to a room with a little bit more on the darker side. This one room was actually pretty light that you were just in with the electricity. The head of technology at the university, the Warlock of the university. The room is a little bit darker. It smells a little bit just danker.
Only lit by
Nice.
It's moist.
Nice. A little bit moist. And it has a little more of a different vibe. And the person reading a large, shadowy book in the back on the podium sees all of you and enters. Come in, students. I presume. Ripple, why have you not studied your demonology recently?
Yeah, Ripple.
Wait, you already knew what I needed to know? Why did I even come here?
Oh, and I
Well,
studied.
no, he knows Ripple. Everyone should study demonology.
Why?
Well, actually, my younger brother, baby brother, we call him,
What-
was
what-
interested
what?
in studying demonology.
You're like a month older than me. Maybe 4 at best.
What kind of demonology are we talking about? What do you need to know?
Here's a cursed book and a spatula that's
Ooh.
the key.
Oh, it's actually a knife now, and I pull out my chef's knife.
Apparently,
Oh.
it changes shape.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got a book a long time ago, and a demon talked to me. And
What demon?
I whisper. That said people making a perception check could hear it, but I would try to whisper it and not say it out loud.
Mhm.
And if you need me to remind you who it is, I can.
I remember.
Okay.
Everyone can make a perception check if they want.
Goddamn right I do.
Oh, okay.
What check do we make?
He just says, "What did you say?" You can still make the check for perception.
I
Say
like
anything over
down, but I
that.
am actually like need to just like sit out for a bit, so I won't even make the check to try to hear.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Ripple and Creaser would hear it.
Yeah, so it's Grazed.
So I'll
Oh,
just-
your
Wait,
demon
I
is
didn't hear that.
Brazer?
GRAZ''ZT.
Brazzers?
Grazed.
You just say grass?
Did you say Brazzers? Sorry, I just want to make sure three
Demon
people made that
Lord.
joke in a row.
I wish he was the demon of porn, but alas,
Beauty.
he's not.
So it's not Brazzers. Okay.
There we go. We got 4.
What about braziers?
We already had that discussion last campaign.
Yeah, that's why we only have torches and candelabras now.
Sconces,
Counts as
electricity, light bulbs.
Yeah, that's why we got electricity this
Light bulb.
campaign, guy.
Witch! He's a witch!
Wait, that's a known thing.
He's a mechanic! Electrical engineer, get him!
He's a scientist.
He's a nuclear physicist, get him!
I didn't realize we were in a
Powerful demon. Do you understand?
No.
But we don't know where he is because we've measured his speed.
Do you understand
No.
how and why?
No.
So he unfurls like this huge thing that has all the demon lord names on it, and that's where we're going to end it this week because it's 10:30.
Boom.
Did we gain a level?
Cliffhanger.
No.